not Mandy speaking right now. Mandy is just the shell. Mandy, I'm just using her as a vessel now. The spirit inside her is from the original kingdom. But this fleshly suit that you see, this is just a suit that I put her in. I made her go through the symbolism of pregnancy. I made her gain weight supernaturally fast. I made her lose weight fast before too. Because I can do all things, just like I did with the foreshadow of the ribs. It's making my body numb again, I said. Just like I did with my Adam. He died on that second round and I brought him back to life. Just like I'm going to bring the people back to life from Sheol. You're going to see the dead walking. They're coming back. Your relatives are coming back. Because some of the relatives that died, they didn't have a chance to know me. I'm giving them that chance to know me. That's how loving of a God that I am and graceful. So the ones that come back from Sheol, they are going to see all of this, but they're not going to see it the way you see it. So they're going to have a choice whether or not to truly believe that I am their Lord and confess their allegiance to me, their belief and system inside me. And when they say that I'm their Lord, we become one. You become one with the Father. And that's what the whole wineskin process is about. It's about becoming one with the Father. You become one with the Father because I start activating that light inside of you. That is after salvation. That has nothing to do with salvation. That has to do with trials and tribulations and your walk and your growth. And then as you're growing, it's not a license to sin with one saved, always saved, because my heart is inside of you and I'm activating it. This is why the fallen away, they always return, because they know the shepherd's voice. This is why you can't lose your salvation. I do not give you a free gift and then take it back. The reason why you see that don't let anything add in the books in the very end, because I was foreshadowing the very beginning, because they took out all the books. They took out the truth. They hid books from you, my people that I'm calling up using John and Revelation. They're bringing these books back in the supernatural. You're going to be watching people change in front of you. You're going to be seeing people in their upgraded bodies. You're going to be seeing Mandy and G and their glorious bodies and my 12. Excuse me. Not only that, they're going to be on your TV screens. They're going to be on your phones. I'm going to supernaturally broadcast all from heaven. It will not be shut down, because that's also part of my bylaws and my guidelines for the end times. I have this all set up because I know the beginning and the end. This is why teleportation is happening to some of you, where you are in a spot for a second and then another second later you're in a different spot and you don't even know how you got there or remember, or some of you are remembering past lives or people in your lives that he corrected me, that are not currently in your lives now. Why? It's because I made multiple worlds, physical, spiritual, and echo world. But I did it 4 times, so that's 12 chances. I'm giving you 12 worlds of chances, but I'm going to be turning the dial back many times until you wake up. And every single one of you on this earth that keep coming against my anointed ones, I'm going to teach you the truth and correct you, because the Father corrects and loves their child, Jesus Christ, knowledge of God. So I might make you go through destruction. You might learn that way because of fear. I don't want you to love me out of fear, because perfect love casts out all fear. But that might be your route because of your stubborn heart, because you refuse to listen to my words. You refuse to listen to the people that I've ordained to speak now for the end times. All you want to do is make your hideous videos and mock them and bring them down. The only thing you're bringing down is yourself, because you are the one that's going to have to go through that destruction and see it. And then I'm going to turn the dial back, and that event, it will never have happened. I will erase it, and then you'll start again. You'll start that whole process over, and the ones that called out to me on that round, you will remember the next process. And then the next process is when you get called up for training, because every single one of you are going to become the 144,000. And the people we are saving is Sheol. That's who's going to end up in the Great Tribulation, because the ones that I pull in to give them another chance before darkness falls, before you have to go through the 10-day trial, before any of that happens, I'm going to give them a chance to truly call out to my son. If they don't, then they have to see the 10-day trial. And if they still don't, the door shuts, the ark shuts. Then they have to die for my glory because they rejected my son's death. Okay. Here's part 7, my love.
Okay.
I'll take a break. I'll be right back.
Okay. 2:20:25, part 7. Do you see I died for you? I gave you that option. I made the sun for you from the very beginning, foreshadowing in the end so you wouldn't have to go through the suffering. So the one saying that you have to die for my glory is a lie from Satan. And this is why I say rapture matters, because the spirit matters. And the ones that know that I am coming for them, they're walking in the spirit. And the ones that think that they have to die for me, they're walking in the flesh. They're still under the curse and they're still asleep. This is why I'm unblocking frequencies now. I'm showing you there's truth and I'm waking you up and there's more coming. The video is not going to be released until you see the supernatural, and then you will see this video first. And the next video you will get is going to be the supernatural, because my only plan is to wake up my children, because I love my children. So not only are we going to be bringing people back from Sheol, we're going to be going back in the past. We're going to be using these portals to try to wake these people up so they have a chance to call out to my son before they even die. Then they won't even have to see the rounds. They can just stay and then they'll go to heaven. They'll be transformed where are at Sheol, and actually go into the New Jerusalem. I have people in New Jerusalem now. Because your spirits went up when they were ready. That's only the spirit. The soul has not connected to that last duplicate. And I said last duplicate because the original spirits, the original from the light circle, they've been in heaven this entire time, having a party, having a blast. I know many of you don't know me. You think I'm a condemning, mean God, but you're about to see I'm very cool, chillax, relax, awesome. I kid with my kids all the time. I like to joke. I definitely talk about making love, because that's where it all started from the very beginning. The Stardust equation, the explosion in the stars. I'll be transparent with you now. I had Mandy go out and take pictures, supernatural pictures. And one of the pictures that she took was a man's anatomy to making babies, and it had PA on it. And that was all supernatural. Why? Because those are the people walking in the spirit, knowing they're about to collide together for consummation of the bride. Because the soulmates are coming together. So I use these supernatural things, these signs I put out. Do you not see people getting swallowed by whales? Do you think that's just a coincidence? No, I command the animals. I command the wind. But the difference between my commands and the devil's commands is my commands come from love. When I'm speaking to my human beings, when I'm speaking to my animals, all of my creations, mine comes with love. But the devil, his commands come with you. His commands come with you. Have to do this.
Probably a typo.
His commands come with you.
Hang on.
Yeah.
When I'm speaking to my human beings, when I'm speaking to my animals, all my creation, mine comes with love. But the devil, his commands come with condemnation towards you. She forgot the words.
Oh, okay.
Have to do, and the devil says you have to do this, or you will die. But I don't want my people to die. I want my people to live.
Which is why I don't want you to go through the suffering of the Great Tribulation and die under the swords by the enemy or take the mark. The mark is even the worst thing, because if you go through the Great Tribulation and you are still stubborn and you take the mark and you're deceived because the devil tricked you, because you refuse to wake up from the sleeping curse that I put on you, because I allowed the devil to put it on my people to destroy evil in the end, because there's casualties in war, which is the only reason why I allowed it to happen. But because I'm such a loving God, I kept the original kingdom in heaven and made duplicates so my people would not get hurt. But the duplicates matter because I created the duplicates. They're just like the originals. They will do every single thing that the originals do. But some duplicates need more training than the originals, which is why some of the duplicates fell. Which is why I had to replace them with a different duplicate, but it's still the same. And then the other 12 that's coming in, that I'm calling in, it's still the same 12. Do you not see the elders? They're based on the 12. That is more than 12 spirits. 12 is a number showing the elders. Why? Why is there 24 elders? Because you have a set of 2, because you have man, you have a woman, and they're soulmates. They are Adam and Eve partners. And why did I send out 72 showing the foreshadow of that? Because I'm showing the beginning of 2.7 billion years of old God, the creations. This is why science talks about that, because a lot of things they say is true, but they leave me out of it. They leave the true Yahweh out of it. They do not realize that I am science. I was created from nothing. And the explosion that happened with the Stardust equation, the explosion, the stars created all of this. My thought process or my voice. So now you know we are about to enter the second phase and the ending battle is coming. Now I'm about to keep doing Hezekiah. So the one saying that the rapture is happening now, it's not going to happen yet, but it doesn't mean they're not hearing from me, because I'm sending out the warnings, I'm sending out the call, because I'm trying to get my people to wake up so they can go on the first round. And I'm so loving and I'm so full of grace that I want people to go into the first round. I don't want people to see destruction. You're not going to see a lot of destruction on the first round. The second round means the destruction is going to increase. He just corrected me. He said in the first round, I said it sounded like I said instruction, but it was destruction. But I had my retainers in, so it's making my words sound a little funny. And then every round after that, the destruction is going to get stronger, stronger, and stronger until the 11th world. On the 11th world, I'm physically going to be taking the people out of here, meaning it's not just switching their spirits out and connecting their original soul with the last duplicate. No, I'm taking the bodies. So you're going to see missing people. I'm doing that on the 11th world, your 11th chance. But I will not let darkness fall yet. Now the enemy, they're planning, they know that I have plans turning the dial back. They know those things because I have had my people put it out there, and they know who my people are, which is why I've made multiple worlds to protect my people from the very beginning, because they've been after my people from the very beginning, which is why I have to take her someplace safe when she's delivering the child, and this is my place for them. My surprise. Just like I have special excursions for all of my 12, they will be taken to a special place while the baby is going to be delivered, and they will be on their excursions with their soulmates, because they will have their memories back. Because now that they have their glorious bodies underneath the duplicate spirits that they have, it's going to manifest in the flesh, and they're all going to change. But I'm not ready for all of them to start the social media mission yet. But I'm ready for them to get their break. I'm ready for them to relax, chillax, because I told you I am such a good God. But people don't know me that way. People know me as hate and condemnation and wrath. I'm none of those things. I'm fun. I'm loving. I am free. I want my people to be free. It is time to break the curse completely and get you away from under the slavery that put you in from the very beginning, from your birth certificate. They've given you a number, a slave code, making you a part of the slave system from the very beginning. You are all owed an inheritance that you've never received because you became a slave. I am freeing my people from that. I'm taking from the rich and giving back to the poor, because my people have been suffering. They've been poor for me because they've been listening. They've listened to my guidelines. They've listened to my commands when I've told them to do things, because they do it out of their free will, because they love me. That's the difference. I don't command them not to work. I tell them not to work. And because they love me, they do it. But why did I do that? I told a lot of them not to work, and I kept some of them from working. I did that for a reason. Because
I kept some of them working.
Kept some of them working. I did that for a reason, because they learned to appreciate every single penny that I have dropped at them, because they haven't been working.
That's very true. I was very excited about quarters in the car.
And pennies, yeah.
Yeah.
So my people that were working at the time, they were taking care of the other people, but it was supernatural. I was letting my people know to take care of them, and then I was providing Mandy before I told her to come out of work. I made her make good money in real estate, but then Mandy had to leave her husband, because that was never her true husband. She has always been her true husband from the very beginning, and it was time because the battle is here. So I commanded her to do that by her own free will, because she loves me. She knew it was my voice, because the people who walk in my spirit, they know that it is my voice, which is why I say it is impossible, or if it were possible, I have to. The elect can be deceived if you're walking in the flesh.
So she had a typo there.
Yeah.
This is why I say it is impossible. If it were possible, I have to. The elect can be deceived if you're walking in the flesh, but the elect cannot be deceived if you're walking in the spirit, which is why I say if it were possible. Do you see? I set it up even right there with that scripture, the beginning. Flesh, condemnation, death, spirit, life, live, love. From the very beginning was all set up for the love of my people, and I'm even going to have more people travel back in time to save more, to give them multiple chances, because I don't want anyone dying under those swords, and I don't want anyone taking the mark, and the ones that take the mark, I'm still going to save you, but that just means that you rejected my son. So you have to go through the purification process. The lake of fire was never made for you, it was made for the devil, false prophet, and the beast. But they all have the same spirit. This is what I'm trying to show you. What influenced Moses was behind this spirit. Yes, it's the devil, but it also combined all the evil organisms. This is why I don't want McKenna to put her stuff out there yet, because she only knows partial of the truths. This was back when McKenna had left the group. She was putting out stuff. But he said he wasn't ready for those because he was ready to show the supernatural with it. Otherwise, people wouldn't believe. But if you want your own will, I give you your own will, because it's part of the lesson and the training that I'm putting you through. It's part of your trials and your tribulations. And it's part of me activating the light inside of you. So you can get your wineskins, you can get your glorious bodies, and the ones with the spirit called up. If you haven't done the activation process yet, it's coming when you bend your heart to me and ask me for my will and you lay down everything. I have to teach my people because sometimes they just profess it with their lips, but it doesn't resonate inside their heart. Because the heart is what I connected from the very beginning when I was creating my creations in the light circle. The heart ties it all up. The heart has either the curse or it has the spirit of life inside of it, which is why your heart gets replaced, because you have the heart that belongs to this earth. That is the heart of stone, creation in the earth, and then you have a heart of light. Because of the light circle, creation of heaven, and then it gets activated. And then your wineskins, they'll be ready, and then you will receive your glorious bodies. But because the supernatural is here, some of you, as I'm activating that heart, you're going to start to see changes in your body. You're going to start to see upgrades in your body. It may not be your full-on glorious body yet, but you're going to be my witnesses, waking people up before I call you up in that round or the next round, depending on how far your walk has become. But it's not a salvation issue. You will all be saved. You will all make it to heaven, because it is my will from the very beginning to save all of my creations, and I'm going to save all of my creations. So in the end, you will all be in that first New Jerusalem. But in the very end, after we defeat another evil, after all sin is done, we are going to have to defeat Realm 22. And Realm 22, I had to create different battle lines. I had to create transformers. That's going to be cool. I had a dream of this, by the way. It's pretty crazy.
What do you think they call from the Bible Metatron?
Yeah, makes sense.
Have you seen Transformers, Metatron?
It makes sense. They were mocking
See? The devil doesn't want you to see those things because he has to put those truths out there.
I had to create all of those things, animals with humans, to fight the evil that was created. Why did it get created? Because I created these battle lines, duplicates of these battle lines for spiritual battle, which is why you see the supernatural things happening with shapeshifters. You see reptilians. Not all of you have seen it because you're still asleep, but for the ones that have, their eyes are open. They're seeing these things that my people are posting on social media. They're saying these things that are coming through entertainment because the entertainment is true. Remember that like reporter that literally her tongue just grabbed the fly?
Oh, yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy.
The entertainment has to deal with the bylaws and the setup guidelines for the entire world for both battles. So not only are you going to see the Walking Dead on the good side, what do? I always go from the beginning, the end. So when it's the end and that door is completely closed, and you're going to see the Walking Dead, zombies. People will wish to die and they can't. Those were the ones that came from Realm 44. They have particles inside them. They were created here as humans. That is another history that's in these books that are coming. It's probably supposed to be mystery, but I think she put history. But that's okay. This is why there's going to be the Walking Dead. That virus they're going to bring because they're bringing it. We were just talking about this online today in the comments section about zombies. This is why they're trying to open and crack the firmament. They're trying to bring the supernatural here, combining it with all of the evil substances, a supernatural substance which is going to combine with the things that they are putting in your body. There are things they're trying to exterminate my people so they do not have a chance to call out to my son. This is what depopulating the world means, and it's all starting because of the spiritual battle, because one battle has been completed and the light will always win in the end. But it wouldn't be a good movie if there wasn't evil and good fighting against each other. That's all I'm going to say for now because I've summed it up. But these are the things that you're going to be learning, the mysteries that my people are going to be teaching you. Now I need you to accept my people because they were made in the light circle, which is why these are the only ones that are going to be bringing the secrets. And then when the secrets are out, I will bring more of my chosen spirit-filled people to confirm them as witnesses. Once that we're a part of the original kingdom, a part of the original line, the Judah line, the lion, there's more meanings with those tribes, which I will get into another time. All of this is coming because your king is coming, because my hour is now on your hour. My hand is on the clock, and that clock is about to strike. And when the clock strikes, it all comes crashing down. But I will turn the dial back and give you another chance because I am grace and I am love. Just confess that I am Lord in your heart and you will be saved. You won't have to go through any of the destruction. I am Yeshua HaMashiach. I have been your redeemer from the very beginning. I'm your rescuer and your deliverer, and I'm speaking now. And I have been speaking from the very beginning, and Mandy has never been deceived. My 12, they have never been deceived because I didn't allow deception to come in. I allowed them to speak from their own flesh. Those are the ones that fell. They were speaking from their own flesh, and they were accusing people of speaking from their flesh. But I've already proved it to you many times over that I've been speaking, and I've even showed you that what Mandy would sound like when she was speaking from her flesh. He did. He set me up majorly, and I sounded like a 3-year-old. People made so much fun of me. I even did supernatural things. And I made Mandy talk really, really fast. That they didn't understand how she was getting those words really, really fast. Because anybody who talked that fast can't even keep up with God, because God is Yahweh. He's a true Father that was created from the true being, and nobody can talk this fast because it would be impossible unless it was supernatural. You see, I even did that. They still didn't believe. That's what happens when your heart is hardened. Now I allow it, and I put a strong delusion on them because I know their thoughts. They're not evil. None of them, my 12, are evil. They just didn't understand. They all loved me. They were following me, have true faith and obedience, but they missed the lessons that I was teaching, which is what made them go down the wrong path. They will return because they know the true shepherd's voice. They know the Father and they know the Son, and they know that we are one, which is why you are all one in the body of Christ. I love you, my children. Your king is coming. It's time to wake up, oh sleepers, because the door is closing, and it's your choice whether or not you want to go into the first round, the second round, the third round, the fourth round, and above. There's reason I ended on 4. That's another mystery. There's so many mysteries coming that you've never even been taught, but I'm about to shake this entire world, not only physically, but spiritually. My children, your frequencies are about to be unblocked. I'm your Lord God, and I have spoken. I would like you to read the books, like Faith Over Fear 44 is going to be showing you. She's going to give you a list of books that you need to read. It's going to be proving things that I'm speaking through my people about. And not only is she going to be giving you those books to read, she's going to be teaching you those books. And then when McKenna realizes that it has been me speaking from the very beginning, and she stops swaying to the other side of the fallen, she will return and she will back up Cassie with the teachings in these books. Mandy and G, they're on a separate role. They are my soulmates. They're teaching people about the soul connection, the love, and bringing two people together because they were made from perfect love and perfect creation from the truest light form. They were made that way, which is why I had them on the assignment of aligning the planets, which is why I needed frequencies met when they were all the way across country. So you can blame all those missions on me because I needed it, because they were the ones to start the Stardust equation from the very beginning and the explosion. So I needed it to happen even if they were together here on Earth or not. Do you see? I kept them all the way across the country because I knew how strong their love was just by the voice frequency of the first connection. They were back. Aww. I love you. That's gonna make me cry. That was my design. I am the one that told them that they had to do all those things. I am the one that told her to put out a message in her bikini. I am the one that told her to stay in her towel. Why? Because I'm trying to get you off this curse of the law, this condemnation of wrath. And I want to show you love and how beautiful it is between a soulmate, between a man and a woman. There's a reason if you just read Song of Songs, the preachers don't talk about Song of Songs because they don't understand Song of Songs, because Song of Songs was not supposed to be unsealed until the very end. You may know it as Songs of Solomon. Why do you think I did Songs of Solomon? Excuse me. You just gave me a hiccup for confirmation. Why do you think I did? Oh, sorry. Because he was King Solomon. Adam was King Solomon. Do you see the fourth shadow? Adam was also Abraham, the blessings of the world. I put a spirit in those people to foreshadow the beginning and the end. Soulmates has to do with duplication of spirits. I blessed him as a king here on earth, but I'm going to bless him as a king in heaven. I'm going to bless all of my 12 as king and queens, and I'm going to pick certain ones, and the 144,000 who have been truly walking in the spirit, they will also be king and queen for different sectors, because your Father has no favorites. He loves all of his people, but he's a God of order, and this is the order of creation that is teaching you that you are missing, but you're about to see it all unfold. All of it, every single piece of it. Part 8. I thought we were done.
Just want an energy drink real quick?
Yeah. You know the rest.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't drink it all. I get like...
So you will see their separate role because I'll be giving them the message. What Cassie and McKenna will be teaching you. And one by 12, they'll be on separate assignments as well, and they have their own missions that they are going to be going on. But they also be teaching you the things because this is what the training in heaven is going to be. The time in heaven does not match the time here on earth. So they're also going to be teaching all of these things, and then I will also be giving them direct messages as well. Just like Mandy and G will be speaking my messages as well. They have a different role. I'm not asking them to read things because what I give her and him is supernatural. But I'm also doing that through my 12. What I'm giving them, not just through the books, I'm giving them all the things supernatural because they're going to have all the gifts. So they are also going to know everything by their true teacher, Yeshua HaMashiach, who comes in the flesh, bled and died on the cross, and rose on the third day. There is a reason I have them repeat this all the time. There's a reason why you see prophets not saying that at all, There's a reason you have prophets not even talking about once saved, always saved, true salvation, because they're not from me. I didn't send them. I sent the angels inside of you. I didn't send angels in front of you. I didn't send angels to appear in front of you to give you knowledge. I sent angels inside of you. So the one speaking from an angel spirit, that's the knowledge coming from inside of you, not in front of you. The angels deceived and tried to deceive Adam and Eve in the beginning and the end. I say the end because the beginning is the end, and because they're in the fleshly suits. My people are Adam and Eve. They've come from Adam and Eve. So everybody has gone through deception. But I sealed my 12 from the very beginning because I knew the devil was after them. I knew the devil was trying to deceive them in prophecy. I did not allow that deception to come in my 12. I allowed some of them to speak from their flesh, and I switched out their spirits to say certain things. I did that because I need it to build. I need the hate to spread. Why? Just like I allowed the curse to come over all of you. It's the same reason. They're casualties in war, and we are in battle. Jesus clock. I love you, my children. I'm coming. Time to wake up. 1 Corinthians 2, 3.
Sure this is the Geneva. Is it?
This should be in the wisdom. No, probably not.
Okay. Let's take a pause then.
Okay.
We'll be back.
I'm back.